Now you select Show Preview. You select a font, and now you can see all the characters, how they will look when you enter them. If you don't care for how it looks, just touch Cancel and select another font so that you can see, again, how they will look before you even enter the letters. Then you have your characters right there. You enter them just like you're used to. And now the next item is you can enter the word by points instead of large, medium, small. You can change the points by just using the plus and minus, and then go ahead and enter your word. You can do it with uppercase and then lowercase, and just keep entering just like we're used to. And there's your word as you can see it, so you know what you're getting before you even go on to the stitching. All right. Now, I know you're used to projection, and we all like our projection for positioning, we all like our projection for auditioning, but let me show you this. Let's bring in a design. Okay, I'm bringing in a paisley design, and you know why I like to do this. There is a thought process here. So here's the design. We're just bringing it in so you can see the design, and now you have the projection tool. You touch projection, and now look. Oh, okay, not the small area you had before. Now you have 8 inches by 5 inches. So you see this whole area projected on your hoop. So this is phenomenal. And then, notice at the bottom, you have tools to work with. So these tools let you do all sorts of things that you used to do on your screen. So here you can use your stylus. This part here, if you want to move your tools, you would click with your stylus here and the tools move to the right. So then you'd be able to see the fuller part of your design on the projected area. If you would click on this part, the tools move to the left side to expose the design in your projected area. Then here are your tools to work with, and you can do move the design, you can rotate the design, and change the size of the design, all right there on your project. So if you needed to tweak the design for the size to fit in a certain area, you can be doing all those icons and all those motions right here to be able to fit it exactly where you need for precise positioning right on the design, right on the project while you can watch it happening. Then when you're finished, this icon will close the tools on the way so you can check everything before you go on to the stitching. But that's not enough. Maybe you can't see it here. Maybe you need to change this so that you can see it with your fabric, or you want to audition. So just like you change the colors of your lines for your angles and for your straight line positioning, watch this one. We'll be able to change the background colors. So you need to see it on a different color fabric before you get going, or you want to audition your colors on the design. You can actually change the background color with 16 different colors before you actually start this up. So you can do either way. Audition your design, audition the colors from the background to see what it's going to look like before you get going, or you just need to see it for visual. For the positioning, you have all these tools right there at your fingertips to work with before you even start the embroidery process. So all that's pretty phenomenal. And now imagine, because you have 8 inches by 5 inches, anything that fits in the 5 by 7 hoop, you can see the entire design before you get going. And then you will have the tool that moves the entire hoop while the projection stays on. So as it moves around, it will stay projecting the whole design while you have it in. Now, yes, of course, I did cheat by using this smaller hoop, not too small, 10 5/8 by 10 5/8. But you do have a larger hoop with this machine, and this is so phenomenal. It's actually 11 5/8 by 18 embroidery feet. So this is quite large. The good part is you have 2 spring hoops, one on either end. Now you're going to need to work with this because you hoop a little differently than the hoops you've had before, because one end will tuck in, but that's good for you because it will hold your fabric tighter. There's reinforced arms on the side so it will hold better. And you have little tabs that will keep it from pushing through. So you need to work with this. This is incredible. Now, when you put this on your machine, you also have that support table in the back that will hold this up so that it will keep it flat for you while you are doing the stitching. So I'm going to take this off and just show you how cool this is. When you connect, look how that back support table holds this hoop. Now I'm going to disconnect just so I can show you. When you're doing your design, look at wherever that hoop is, it moves it around, and see how that support table holds this up? So wherever you are in your design, your hoop is held flat. And we all know that when your hoop is held flat, the embroidery stitch out comes out to the quality that you expect. So that's a great thing. So just hold this up and have all your stitching come out as beautiful as possible. Okay, if you thought that was great, let me show you something that's really going to surprise you. And it's in a category called picture play. So we're going to go to the screen and let me show you this. I'm going to open picture play. Now, here is where you get to take a picture, a photo, picture. And many of you are familiar with what we call photo stitch in our PE design program, and it's incredible. And many other brands have tried to copy us, but ours, Brothers, still has the most incredible photo stitch that anyone has come up with. Now, in this machine, you get to bring in a picture to the machine. You can do it by way of a USB flash drive, you can send it wirelessly, you can use My Design Snap, whatever. You bring the picture to the machine, and then you're going to open up the picture play, and you're going to bring in the file. Now, here's the instructions, but you can read that later. So you bring it in, and then here's how this works. You bring in your picture, you see the picture on the screen, you say set, because that's the one you're going to work with. Now the picture comes in, and here, this is your size adjustment, so you can make it different size if you want, you can make it smaller, you can make it larger, whatever you want to do. And remember, picture stitch is better if you make it larger, but be cautious, don't go crazy. And then down here are your tools. You can take out the background, you can crop. This is kind of fun, because you can add like masks. So you can change it, and you can still crop from here. It's kind of cool. Then you say okay, and this last one is for which frame you're going to use, which hoop. Now, you get to choose. Our suggestions is to use one of the magnetic frames because it holds the fabric so well, and you know how the photo stitch are done with the layering of the thread colors. So it'll take a while. So again, our suggestion, our recommendation is to use the magnetic hoops. Then you say okay. Now, go to next. Here's where the magic happens. The first one is where the regular photo stitch happens. Okay, you know what that's like, but here's the next ones. Look at all these different styles. You get to choose how that picture will turn out. And you have to think like art. Don't think original photo stitch. That's why it's called picture play. You get to play with your image that you brought in the first place. And you can see how it would actually turn your photo into something else. So look at number 8 here. It looks like a stained glass. Or here's one that has all these pixelated pictures. There's one that looks like pencil art. See, it looks like black and white charcoal drawings. So you get to change your photo or your picture into something different. Now the good part is, you touch preview. Then whatever you have here is generated into that style. If you don't like it, you touch return, you make a new selection, you let it generate. It'll take a little while, but it's well worth it. And then you see the preview, then it will show you what it's going to look like. You go to next, you stitch it out, and you have this new incredible piece that you get to work with. You can put it wherever you'd like. You can put it on garments, you can frame it for artwork, and you have all this in the machine. So this is a brand new feature that you have now all in the machine. You don't have to go to any software, and no one else has anything like this. So this is pretty cool. Now, you have 10 different styles, you can see that right here, plus the original, that's 11, and if that's not enough, look at the top. There's a rectangle here, it says custom. That means you can bring another type, new colors. You enter that in, and your picture that you brought in will take on the colors that you inserted. So if you're trying to match a decor or some other theme, you put in your custom pictures, it'll bring it on, and again, you can see the preview before you even get going. So with all this, I can't wait to see what you come up with and all the incredible art that you're gonna generate to display in your rooms, in your houses, and on your garments. To me, this is so phenomenal, and this is just such a new feature that we've never had before. So I'm excited to see what everyone creates using this new feature in the Aveneer EV1. Let's talk about Artspira. You download it from your app store, and this gives you access to 10 additional designs. 3 of these are in-the-loop designs, and they're all exclusive to Aveneer. In addition, you'll have connectivity with Scan and Cut, Print Moda, and you'll be able to draw designs right in the Artspira app and send them directly to Aveneer. You'll be able to watch them stitch out before your very eyes. You'll be able to use it to audition your designs directly on finished garments to preview them before you stitch them out. Learn more about Artspira at artspira.com. Now, I have showed you some of the main new features in this incredibly wonderful machine. You have to remember that in addition to this, you are having features that you might already be familiar with. You have edge to edge, but there are 5 new designs. You have split border patterns, but there are 5 additional designs in that category. You have long stitch designs. You have couching designs. You have all the Disney characters and all the Disney sections that are already in there. You have the long stitch patterns. You have all the additional fonts that are still in there. There's a new pattern for the alphabet characters. All that is still in the machine. Then you have the move-it foot. You have the multifunction foot control. You have the knee lifter for anyone that wants to do that with all their quilting. All that is still there. All the brother educators are as excited about this machine as I am. They're ready to show you all the details about all these new features and about all the wonderful things about this new, fabulous Aveneer EV1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Cheryl Huffman, Manager, Education